Of your last night, it's Battle of the Creek as we welcome the crosstown rivals, the Broncos of Northgate High School, in league varsity football action. We in Los Lomas would like to remind you that the activity programs in the area are primarily for participation and education. The purpose of the activity is to provide positive learning experiences and opportunities for personal growth of the participants. We are pleased to welcome our guests from Northgate High School this evening. This competition is being conducted according to the rules of the CIF North Coast section, bound athletically, teams in schools in the Autonomous School District. Cheerleaders, officials, and spectators are expected to assist in the promotion and achievement of good sportsmanship ideas by being responsible for demonstrating the highest ideals of fair team and wholesome competition. Northgate High School, the Donald family, comes in with a 2-3 level classes from the number of selection. Los Lomas for the Donald Foothill League, contest today with a 4-1 record. After falling into the High School 21-30, we will give up the voting. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Las Lomas High School. It's time for the 2025 version of Battle of the Creek. I'm Anthony Schultz, and tonight the Knights are going to take on the Broncos. For Las Lomas, they come in at 4-1. For Northgate, they come in at 2-3. And of course, both teams dealing with some injuries, but that's the nature of the game with football. But no injury bigger than the Dylan Thomas situation. The Knights have lost their starting quarterback for the entire season. Blake Lewis takes over for him, and of course for Dylan, when you lose him at quarterback, you also lose him at safety, and he's the best defensive back for the club. But so far so good for Lewis and the Knights, coming in at 4-1, having won 4 out of 5. And Northgate, well, they are getting it done with Max Contrell. He's their quarterback, and so far 2-3, so underwater just by a game, trying to rectify that situation right now. And the teams are lined up, and we are just about set for the 2025 version of Battle of the Creek right here on Walnut Creek TV. Manzaret, number 21, getting set to kick off. And we're going to get this one started. Knights will have the football first. Been an interesting rivalry here the last several years. Northgate won this battle last year, but the previous 6 all belong to Las Lomas. Manzaret with the kickoff, short kickoff coming to one of the up man at the 31-yard line, cross the 35, and then pushed out of bounds. And it looks like he got to about the 40-yard line, and that's where the Knights will set up shop, first down at 10. And for the Knights, Blake Lewis, 17.7 average per completion, 95 yards per game for Blake. Taking over for the aforementioned Dylan Thomas. They won't ask him to do too much. They'll ask him to manage the football game, not make those critical mistakes, and maybe complete a pass or two on some of those important third downs. First down at 10, they start from the 40. And we're going to have a penalty right off the bat before the snap, and that's probably going to be a legal procedure against Las Lomas, and it'll back him up 5. Dylan Thomas tore his ACL in game 1. They were really planning to be a much more of a passing team, but now they're going to rely on their defense and on their running game, and so far so good, having won 4 out of the first 5 games. So they back up here to the 35-yard line. That'll set up first down and 15. Man in motion coming to the near side. And Lewis loses the football. It's off its helmet, and it's loose. A mad scramble. Northgate thinks they've got it. The officials haven't given any word just yet. The Bronco faithful on the far side, and it looks like the white shirts offense is coming out here. Still no signal from the officials, however. So we'll wait and see. And it looked like one of the Knights had the ball, and they do maintain possession. Kane Sekulich, their very fine running back, had the football. So it'll bring up the second down. They're going to lose a couple of more yards. It'll bring up second down at 17 for Las Lomas. But the good news is they still got the football. And the Bronco offense, it started out on the field only to be told, no, gentlemen, go back. So it's going to be a loss of a couple back to the 33-yard line. And that'll bring up second down and long here for the Knights. Lewis in that semi-shotgun formation, almost that pistol alignment. And he fakes the handoff, rolls right. He's got a man. 35, 40, and out short of the 45-yard line, hit and knocked out of bounds. And that looked like it was Zachary Wood on the reception. A pretty good play. Pick up some of that lost yardage. It'll bring up third down. Zachary Wood, one of 8 Wood brothers to go through here. As you see, Wood turning the corner here and then finally pushed out of bounds by number 18, Thomas Borbelli, for Northgate. They need midfield for a first down after a pickup of about 8 yards. On that last play, high snap, looking, throws, got a man, and it's going to pick up a first down, crossing midfield on the far side, and a catch by Mojadidi, Yaha Mojadidi, the 5'9", 175-pounder, and he's got it for a first down. So a bad start to the series but a couple of pass plays out to the far side of the field, and the Knights pick up a first down. So a couple of completions for the Knights, and they erase that fumble and the offsides. Same formation, handoff this time, trying to go up the middle, has some room, breaks a tackle, out across the 40, and well into Bronco territory, down to the 35-yard line, a gain of 15 yards. And that was Kane Sekulich, their very fine running back. Kane, the feature back, 6.1 yard average as you see him break that tackle, get into the open field. He's got 11 touchdowns on the year and averaging 138 yards per game on the ground, so he's having a very good year behind that fine offensive line of Las Lomas, and really is the feature player in the offense. Lewis fakes the handoff this time, back to pass he goes, under some pressure, has a man, caught to the 30, and then they're going to get down to pretty close to the 35-yard line, pretty close to another first down. Cole Haverlinko on the catch that time, and he's going to pick up just short of 10 yards. And that is going to bring up second down. Call it a 9-yard gain for Haverlinko. So for Lewis, say he's getting better as the season has gone on. He's looking pretty good right now. Just the one run so far. This is a team that's relied very heavily on the running game in terms of their offense, but right now relying very much on their passing game here to get him out of a big long yardage situation earlier in the drive. And now a short yardage play here, and whistles are going to blow this thing dead as they hand it to Sekulich.
Play snap. Play game on the offense.
So another penalty against the Knights, a pre-snap penalty, and that is going to force them back 5 yards. So that'll back them up. Get them to about the 37-yard line of Northgate on this opening drive here of the 2025 Battle of the Creek right here on Walnut Creek TV. Going to hand off, and Sekulich is going to get it right up the middle. He goes. He's going to get that penalty yardage back and more, and he's going to pick up the first down as he gets out across the 25-yard line. First down and 10 for Las Lomas. Las Lomas out of the Diablo Foothill League at 4-1 right now. Still, these teams have not played any conference games, and there you see Sekulich picking up that first down. So when they are actually running a play, except for that fumble, everything has been positive. Couple of penalties, they've overcome them both. Sekulich is going to get it left side, and he's got good room this time as he gets inside the 20-yard line. He's going to pick up about 7 yards on that play, a couple of yards short of the first down, and we're going to call it second down at about 3 as the Knights continue to roll. And take a look here. A little bit of a fake, kind of fooled a couple of those Broncos players, but boy, that left side of the Knights line really blowing out the lineman for the Broncos. Just so much room on that left side of the offense. Second down now. About the 17-yard line, high snap again, and this time they're going to hand off to number 33, Steven Cordano, the 5'8", 165-pounder. And he's got a short gain. He's going to be short of the first down, and that'll bring up third down. Knights getting this ball starting on their own 40-yard line. Couple of hiccups with the fumble and a pair of penalties, but other than that, it's been a pretty good drive here for the Knights. Can they finish it off with 6? Split backs behind the quarterback this time. They're going to hand off Sekulich over the left side. Plenty of room inside the 5. Still on his feet. Touchdown! All right, the left side of that offensive line is really blowing out the Broncos. And Sekulich with a ton of room. He picks up the touchdown. And that's his 12th of the season, and now the Knights looking to add the point after. Mason Grant to do the kicking. Snap, spot, and the kick is good. It was a low snap, but it was handled pretty well. That was Blake Lewis from the 16. Quarterback holding there. That was a snap almost got away from him, but he was able to collect and get the point out. And with 7:31 to go, it's the Knights 7 and the Broncos nothing. Here's that touchdown run, and you can just see all that room on the left side. He had a cutback lane as well, did Sekulich, but he didn't need it. And he takes it in for the score. That's a 60-yard drive on the opening drive of the ball game. And the Knights are into the end zone. Knights coached by Doug Longero. He's quite a ways into his second stint with the Knights, and very successful one at that. This one is going to go into the end zone. So Mason Grant able to get a good kickoff, and they kind of judge this as far as if they're going to kick field goals, as far as how Mason kicks the ball off. So if they figure he's doing well with that, they might try a bit longer of a field goal. So with that kick going into the end zone, certainly bodes well for their kicking game the rest of the evening. Okay, the Broncos now going to take over. Max Cantrell will be under center. 16-yard completion average for Max at 175 yards per game. Pretty good considering he's just a sophomore. Going to hand off this time right up the middle. Good gain. And still going out all the way to the 30-yard line. And that is going to be Tristan Torleton, who's having a very fine year himself, and he makes the play there. And he gets very close, and he did pick up the first down, so first down at 10 as they get across the 30. High snap, fumble the ball, and it looks like Cantrell jumped on it. So a similar situation for the Broncos that the Knights faced on their opening drive. And likewise for the Broncos, they're able to fall on it and keep possession. Take another look. It was a high snap. It looked like he got it in time, tried to get it to Torleton, and just a bad exchange right there, and very fortunate they got the ball back because Charles Lowen, the defensive end, was right there for the Knights. Looking down, they lose a couple of yards on the play, call it 2nd and 12. And now a handoff right up the middle. Good yardage again. They get the loss back plus some more. They get out across the 35-yard line. And it's going to be Tollerton again. Tristan makes the play. And this is going to set him up in a makeable 4 yards to go here on third down as we tick down to 6:15 here in the opening quarter of the 2025 Battle of the Creek. Broncos, we got a 4 wide receiver spread. Trips here to the near side. With this down and distance, usually a passing situation, but Torleton has picked up good yardage every time he has touched it. They're going to give it to him again, and he keeps driving the feet, but he's not going to get there, and that's going to set up fourth down. And this deep in their own territory, you'd have to figure they're going to punt the football. Torleton has been carrying the load on the ground. He's a big guy, but he's also very shifty. And we're going to see it right here. And then, boy, the Knights were just waiting for that. They had really packed the box that time. And number 78, Ryan Slavette, the defensive tackle, was there to really make sure he didn't get that first down. Broncos going to punt off the side of the foot, and this one is going to hit inside the 40 at about the 36, 37-yard line, and then exit stage left. And that will do it for the Bronco possession. Their first drive ends with a punt. Knights going to get the football back here with 5:10 to go in the opening quarter, leading 7-0. So here come the Knights for their second possession. Sekulich flanking Blake Lewis. We'll send that man to the motion again. Trying to figure out what kind of defense they're playing. And this is a bad throw coming over here to the near side. Looking for Jimmy Salinas, number 18, the wide receiver, and just a little bit too far out in front of him. And that pass is incomplete. Will bring up second down. Jimmy Salinas, explosive play guy. Wasn't playing on offense a lot earlier in the season, but he just kept making plays, grabbing interceptions. He picked off 5 passes on defense. And they just said, he keeps making these plays. We got to get this guy the ball more, and they're getting him the ball on offense now. So he's become a two-way player when he wasn't earlier in the season. Second down for Las Lomas, operating from about their own 35-yard line. And handoff, Sekulich breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle coming to the near side, and he's going to pick up the first down as he gets across midfield. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. Max Margiev, one of the guys there for the tackle, but not soon enough. It's going to be a first down, and take a look. Shed a tackle there, little straight arm to not quite get away from that defender there, but that was enough to pick up the first down. So Sekulich really able to keep a couple of defenders off him. That first guy is having a whole lot of trouble bringing him down. First down and 10 out across the 45 to the 46. Another high snap. And handoff in the backfield. Caught in the backfield for a loss. And on the tackle there, Micah Adam making the stop. And on the carry that time was Stephen Cordano, his second carry of the game, and this is going to go for a loss. So they're going to get the tackle for a loss, and you see it right there in the backfield. And Adam coming up there to make the stop, and good play for the Bronco defense. Can they make a couple more in a row here, at least one more, or at least 2 more here to force a punt? 60-yard drive for the Knights on their opening possession for the touchdown. Second down here. Their throw coming out here into the flat and breaking a tackle and getting very close to a first down as they swing it out here to the near side. And on the catch is Mojadidi. Yahya Mojadidi, number 2. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Y-A-H-Y-A. Mojadidi, the wide receiver. He makes the catch. They're going to mark him just about a yard short on the first down, and there you see it. Very close to another Knights first down. And so far, the Knights, they've had a couple of penalties. They've had a couple of plays, at least one play you go for a loss, another play, running play, go for a short gain, but they've been able to overcome it every time. Third and very short, they're going for it on fourth down, and they don't get it. Rolling out, throws, got a man, first down, into the clear to the far side. Submarine tackle there as he gets inside the 35 down to the 32, and that is going to be a first down for the Knights as they pick up the third down conversion again. Charles Lowe in the tight end, another first down for Las Lomas. Here it is again, and wide open coming across the field. And you see one of the linemen chasing him, not even close to being able to catch up, and finally it is going to be Max Margiev, the number 3 there on the tackle, and now we've got a timeout. 2:43 to go. Las Lomas on the move again, and they lead it 7-0. All right, the team's back on the field. Timeout was called. I believe that was Northgate who called that timeout. Talk things over. They're reeling a little bit as they're having trouble stopping this Knights team. First down for the Knights. On the 32-yard line of Northgate, running a lot of plays from inside Bronco territory. And here is the fullback again, and another short gain, maybe a couple of yards as he got to the 30, maybe just a bit inside the 30, but not much more. Steven Cordano on the carry again. He picked up a couple of yards, and he'll come out of the ball game now. Haverlinko will come back in. Also running in from the sideline, Blake Lewis, after getting some instructions from the Knights Brain Trust. I formation this time. Actually, no, that's the pistol formation again. Sort of an offset eye, and then trying to go to the left side. The Broncos on this one. Going to be a short gain, just about a yard. And the ball carrier thrown down to the ground. It is Sekulich. And the Broncos come up with another good play here. So on this current sequence, a couple of runs for just about 3 yards, and that is going to bring up 3rd down and 7. There you see it again. Mojadidi coming back into the game. He's been a factor here so far. So a couple of good plays by the Bronco defense. Can they get a third and force a decision? And now it looks like the Knights have called timeout. Doug Longero and his gang want to talk it over. Critical 3rd down coming up, 3rd down and 7. 1:21 to go here in the opening quarter, right here on Walnut Creek TV. Seven here for the Los Lomas Knights, operating from the Broncos' 29-yard line. Can the Broncos get another stop? A couple of wide receivers split to that far side, and here goes the throw, and it's going to be off the hands and intercepted by the Broncos. That's going to be a 1st down as the Bronco defense hold a tip pass, and it is intercepted. And I believe that was number 30 on the interception. Malachi Tungafasi making the interception after the ball was tipped a little bit too hard. And there is the catch made for the interception at the 20-yard line for the Broncos as they take over. And off the hands of Jimmy Salinas, maybe thrown just a little bit too hard, he couldn't hold on. But the result of that drive is an interception. And here come Northgate now. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Throw to the far side and quickly hit and stop. And the ball actually was jarred loose. And that was Jimmy Salinas coming up there to make a big hit on the intended receiver. And told you about Jimmy and those interceptions. He had 5, and he's a really good safety. Showed his hitting ability there. And he can really go out and get the deep ball on offense and take another look. Catch was not quite made. Trying to hold that one in. It was Bryce Ballard, number 80. Looked like he was losing the ball before Salinas made the hit, but Jimmy made sure he wasn't going to make the catch. 2nd down here. Max rolling, looking, under some pressure, he loses the ball, falls down. He ends up coming up with the ball, but he's going to lose several yards all the way back to the 11-yard line. This is going to bring up 3rd down and very long. They need the 30 for a 1st down, so 3rd down and very long here for the Broncos. There's Max, was looking for some room, couldn't hold on to the ball, and he was being harassed by Zachary Wood, number 9. So many of the Wood brothers made so many plays for this high school. They helped to ruin that play for the Broncos right there. 3rd down, going to call it 18. They need the 30-yard line. Three wide receivers here to the near side. Max back, looking with time, going deep, he's got a man! It is going to be tipped around and incomplete! The deep throw out to number 1, Dax Gordon. 2 defenders with him. He had them beat momentarily. A couple of guys there defensively, including number 8, Brody Iglesias. The pass is incomplete. Take a look here, and it looked like he had a step on him, and then the ball thrown just a little bit short and was nearly intercepted, and the Broncos are going to have to punt. Running up, and now just kind of squibs this one. And it's going to bounce and continue to take a big Bronco roll inside the 35 all the way down to the 40-yard line. So didn't look very good coming off the foot, but the result is good. So the Broncos' next possession goes awry. They have to punt following their interception. And now the Los Lomas Knights will take over for their 3rd possession of the game and at their own 40-yard line. 12 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Dax Gordon looked like he had a step on the defenders that time. It looked like it was going to be a good play. Just couldn't quite get him the ball. All right, the Knights, 3rd possession for them. They lead it 7-0. Could be the last play of the quarter. Sekulic going to get it. He's still good. Kicks it to the outside, and then hit and knocked down as he gets across midfield. Picks up 15 yards, and that is going to set up the Knights at the 45-yard line of Northgate, and that will be the final quarter. Take a look. Sekulic with plenty of room, able to turn that corner, and then just slipped and fell down before the defender got there as he tried to cut it back. But it is going to be a big play and a first down for the Knights, and at the end of 1, it's the Knights 7, Broncos nothing. Cantrell taking a long time at the line. Hands off. And up the middle, and good yardage again. Another
Number
big run, and that is
25
going to be, I
on the
believe,
carry.
another first down, or very close to it.
Number 0.
Micah Annam on the carry that time. And
Ball
right
spotted
now,
short of the
all
line
of a sudden,
again.
it looks like
Second
the
down.
Broncos are doing to the Knights what the Knights have been doing to them. Big plays coming up here. They've got themselves a really nice drive going. Cantrell throws down the sideline. He's got a man, and a diving, incomplete, in and out of the
Pass
hands.
intended for number 1 falls
And that was
incomplete.
Dax Gordon
Third down.
diving for the ball, couldn't come up with it. But boy, Cantrell led him perfectly. Dax got out there but couldn't quite make the catch. That was almost another huge play. Dax the returner was the second threat after Blaine Ballard last year. Very quick kid, very explosive. And he's getting double teamed a lot now that he is the number 1 guy. We've seen that a couple of times with a pair of defenders looking after him. And right up the middle, dragging through tacklers. And
Number
another good
25 on
game
the
for
carry.
the
Boom.
Broncos,
Stop
and
by
that's going to
number
move the
5.
chains again. They're getting the running game going
Choose the
really
line
well
today.
right now.
First down.
Micah Annam, number 25, on that carry. He's going to come off now. And their feature back, Tristan Tollerton, is going to come back into the game. But Annam really looking good out there, carrying for a couple of big first downs. He's really the third down back in this offense, but, well, I guess they'll do it on first and second down as well. 3 wide receiver spread. Make it a 4 wide receiver spread. Now trips to the near side here for Cantrell. Tollerton behind him, and on a little hesitation, he's going to get it off to the right side. Breaks a tackle down the sideline. Tollerton inside the 10-5. Touchdown, Broncos!
Number 22 on the carry takes it in for a Broncos touchdown.
38 yards on the carry for Tollerton, and he is in the end zone with the touchdown. So the Broncos get the offense going. They started that drive from their own 23, so a 77-yard touchdown drive for the Broncos as you look at the Northgate faithful over there on the far side of the field. And now they'll attempt the extra point. Snap, spot, kick is good. Dax Gordon knocking it through. And with 8:13 to go here in the first half, it's Las Lomas 14 and Northgate 7. There it is again. Tollerton breaking to the outside. Nice cut as he got a seal block on that outside right there. And then he's able to go the rest of the way. Just outrunning the defense to the pylon. Touchdown, Broncos. And all of a sudden, this one's gotten a whole lot more interesting with the Northgate offense and that 77-yard drive. And the kickoff, and were they offsides? I think they were. There's a little bit of hesitation from Aiden Heaney, number 21. I believe it was Heaney that was kicking off there. Take another look, but it looked like he hesitated a little bit, and he had one of his guys offsides there, so that's going to cost them 5 yards. They'll back this one up to the 35 and re-kick. So this is about the Northgate defense right now. They've been pushed all over the field on 3 drives by the Broncos, 2 of which ended up with 60-yard touchdown drives. One of them, a pretty good drive that ended in a Bronco interception, but they did get pretty deep into Northgate territory. Here's the kick. End over end, low, coming down to the 20-yard line, 30, 35, 40, and out across the 45, hit and bang down there as he gets to about the 47-yard line. Really good return of 27 yards. That's Jimmy Salinas. Plays offense, plays defense, returns kicks. and does everything very well. You can look right there, right up the middle. And finally, a defender over there to get him. And that looked like that was number 30. Too young Nafasi, and he got the worst of that one. So Los Lomas takes over now at their own 48-yard line. Sekulic, and going off tackle here to the right side, picking up some good yardage as he gets out across midfield and gets to about the 46-yard line. Well, that'll leave him about 4 yards short of the first down, maybe about 4 yards, I say. So 6 yards on that carry for Sekulic. It'll bring up second down and 4. So this defense now going to be called upon to make a stop. And on that defensive line, they're going to rotate about 6 to 8 guys up there to try to keep everybody fresh. But injuries have been a problem there for Northgate as well. Oscillate is out of the lineup, and here is a tackle for a loss. Not going to get back to the line of scrimmage, or maybe just pick up a yard. But a good submarine tackle right there for Northgate. And this ball is now going to be spotted at the 46-yard line, bringing up third down. So Oscillate, he'll be out for the next couple of weeks with a wrist injury. So that kind of messes up their defensive line rotation. And he trying to cut it back with Sekulic, and he was hit and dropped by Thomas Borbelli on a very fine tackle there. And Los Lomas is going to call timeout. That is their second. So with 6:58 to go here in this opening half, Los Lomas on the move with a 14-7 lead. Come on back. It's Battle of the Creek from Los Lomas High School. Line of Northgate. Los Lomas looking for touchdown number 3. The Broncos looking to get a stop. It's been tough to get here so far in this first half for the men in white. Sekulic going to get it. Looking for some room, and he's going to take the pile and plow forward down to the 40-yard line. And that will be a first down.
First down.
So the Broncos on defense. Najee, he's been getting the starts at cornerback. The sophomore Ryan Ventula, he's played well. He's given up a couple of TDs, but he's actually looked very good at cornerback. And they've had to make some adjustments because of injuries. And here's the handoff, and Sekulic this time is going to be caught in the backfield. And did I see a flag fly, or was that just a gold shoe? Don't see any. Yeah, I do. There is a flag on the play here. Looked like he was coming from one of the back judge, which usually means holding against the offense. And Sekulic caught in the backfield. And did somebody grab a face mask? The flag was kind of late coming in.
It's only play second down.
And it is going to go against Los Lomas, but the Broncos are going to decline this one. They're going to take the play as that went for a loss. So instead of charging them 5 yards and giving them that down over, they'll give a loss of 1 and take the play. So instead of 1st and 15, it's second down at 12. As the ball spotted on the 42-yard line of the Broncos. Back to pass, throws, and this one in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Looking to get to the 40-yard line with that pass. And that one intended for William Kirkland. Kirkland unable to make the catch there. That's going to bring up third down and long. Call it about third down and about 12. Kirkland, good route runner, good hands. Worked hard to get on the field this year. Didn't play a whole lot last year. And has developed into a reliable receiver. And also blocks very well. So a guy who can do some good things for you. And he's really helped the Knights into this 4-1 season so far. 3rd down and 12 now. Lane looking in trouble, and he's going to go down. Back into Knights territory. The rush really got to him that time. Long yardage situation, they felt like they had to put it up. And Lewis, well, he never really had a chance. The Bronco rush was there, and Northgate's defense gets off the field. They finish it off with a sack, and the Knights will have to punt. Take a look here. And this like breakdowns all over the line, and he never had a chance. And finally, on top of him there for the sack, Liam Fruchtenick, middle linebacker and a tight end, comes up to make the play. Broncos get off the field, and they almost blocked this one. Somehow that ball got off. I don't know how he did it. And the return is going to come out and slam down hard at about the 35-yard line. Boy, that looked bruising right there. So the Broncos going to get it back on offense with a chance to tie it here. 5:11 to go, 14-7. 5:11 to go in the first half, I should say. 14-7, Las Lomas. So Northgate operating now about their own 36-yard line. 5:11 to go here in the half. They get a touchdown, they get a stop. Now, plenty of time to mount this drive and try to get things even here before we go into the locker room. Max, and now another penalty here before the play start. We've seen that from both teams a couple of times. That illegal procedure. And actually they're gonna call encroachment on the defense. So it's gonna be Las Lomas offsides, and here is that last punt return. Taking it at 25. That's a pretty decent yardage, but watch the play at the end of the game. Thrown down hard. Ouch. Bryce Ballard, lucky he's got that balloon on his head. That saves some punishment. So 5 free ones for Northgate, 1st and 5 now. Take the handoff, go to the outside, looking for some room, and able to break a tackle and get down the sideline and pick up some pretty good yards is Dax Gordon. So Dax on some of those further passes, he ran that slant, we couldn't make the catch, and then he had that deep one down the far side of the field where he nearly came up with a great diving catch, couldn't quite make it. He gets a good catch here. Actually only picks up a couple of yards on the play. I thought he got more, but the pass was actually initially caught it. He was behind the line of scrimmage. So just a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 3. Max back, throws, got a man. That's going to be a first down to the outside. Down the sideline he goes. 30, 25, 20. They won't catch him. Touchdown, Northgate. 57 yards on the touchdown. And now the Broncos a point after away from tying this one up. Tristan Tollerton, who has not had a whole lot of catches this year, that has not been a big part of their game throwing to him, but he is able to get all the way down that sideline on that 2nd down play. It's a huge play for the Broncos, and they are just about here to tie it up. Dax Gordon out there, snap, spot, kick is good. And with 4:55 to go here in the opening half from Las Lomas, it's the Broncos and the Knights all tied at 14. Here it is, Tollerton out of the backfield. He was all by himself. And then he made that skirt out to the right side. And look at him just absolutely outrun number 11, Logan Downs, and then just down the sideline. And there was nobody else to catch him. Downs was the only one who had a chance, but he just scooted right past him. What a play for Tristan and this offense by Northgate. Well, a sluggish start for the Broncos, but last couple of drives on offense and the last possession on defense, they've looked excellent. All tied at 14. This one taken Inside the 15, out across the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and tripped up and down at the 45-yard line. Oh, and saving a possible touchdown there was number 18. That was Thomas Borbelli. We called Thomas's name a couple of times, and boy, that looked like it was going to be a touchdown for the Los Lomas Knights on the kick return. And Borbelli able to save the day right there, but as it is, it comes all the way out to the 46. That's about a 28, 29-yard return. It looked like it was going to be a touchdown. Knights taking over here, 4:49 to go in the half. Line of scrimmage, their own 46. First down and 10 Knights. Here's Blaine, rolls to his right, throwing on the run. He's got a man at the 40 and down the sideline and pushed out of bounds. And that catch made by Jimmy Salinas is doing a lot of things for this team. He gets the first down. We told you that, at safety with those 5 interceptions, and he was doing so well when he had the ball. They're like, we got to get this guy the ball more, and they get it to him right here. And a good-looking pass to the sideline for Lewis. So Blake Lewis making a good throw on the run there. Big play for the Knights. Inside the 35, down to about the 34-yard line of the Broncos. Blake has it, hand off, going up the middle. Good room. Sekulich dragging tacklers, still on his feet, pushes all the way inside the 35-yard line. And boy, those last 5 or 6 was just him and his friends pushing the pile. They pick up 11 yards, a first down for Sekulich and the Los Lomas Knights. Here's Sekulich again, a nice hole right up the middle, and a couple of defenders getting a piece of it. You see him dragging a player right there. Trying to hold on for dear life was Joaquin Hernandez, number 24. Well, that's scouting report on Sekulich. Yeah, he's looking to go through people, and he does. Not a very big guy, but a powerful guy. Gets it again, tries to go off the left side. Met by a couple of defenders, kind of spills over for a couple of yards. It didn't look like there was much there that time. But they're going to mark this at about a 4-yard gain and call it second down and 6 for the Knights. 3:22 and counting. And certainly if you're Doug Longero and the Knights, not in too much of a hurry here. They like to take as much time off as possible. The Broncos still have 2 timeouts left when they get the ball back to try to mount a drive of their own. And now we have a penalty here before the play starts. And that is the third time we've seen that against Los Lomas. And it's going to be the false start, and that'll back them up 5. So the clock will stop with that penalty at 3:01 now showing in this first half. And there's the crowd out here enjoying Battle of the Creek 2025. And of course, we'll have the volleyball, the girls' volleyball version of Battle of the Creek. That'll be 6 days from today. We'll have that for you right here on Walnut Creek TV. Second down, and Sekulich is going to be spilled. He's going to pick up a couple of yards.
Trying to see the original line of scrimmage.
A couple of yards back from that last play, but it's going to bring up third down. They're going to call it 6 yards to go here. And the nose of the football right at the 21-yard line. Here's Sekulich going up the middle, and I see a defender coming there to get him, but when the bodies are spilling down, he's able to pick up a couple of more yards after initial contact. Third down and 6 here. Need to get inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line of the Broncos. Fake to Sekulich. Blake rolling, got a man inside the 5, inside the 10, inside the 5, pushing forward, touchdown! 21 yards, touchdown catch, and that breaks the tie. Charles Lowen, number 84, Los Lomas from Blake Lewis. Another touchdown pass for the Knights. And they lead it now 20-14. Here comes the point after. Mason Grant Out of the hold by Lewis. Try to make it a 7-point lead. Snap, spot, kick is good. And with 1:58 to go, the Los Lomas Knights back out in front. They lead it 21-14.
Northgate 14.
So the Knights have led since their opening drive touchdown. And the Broncos have stormed back to tie it. But then a 54-yard drive culminating in a Lewis to Lowen 21-yard TD catch. And the Knights are back out on top 21-14. Minute 58 to go here in the half. And the Broncos, well, they still have 2 timeouts, so they've got plenty of time to mount a drive of their own. Now, place kicking has not been a strong suit for them, so more than likely you figure they're going to have to get into the end zone if they're going to get points, unless they get very, very close. This one taken out the goal line, out across the 10, 15, tripped up and falling out about the 20-yard line, and that's where Northgate will set up their next drive here with 1:53 to go. They trail it by 7. Here's that touchdown again. Blake Lewis in that pistol formation. You see Sekulic flanking him. They're going to fake it to Sekulic. And then Blake showing some good touch, rolling out to his right. Gets the ball to Lowen, and he's going to just plow right through a would-be defender there, and then 2 of them to finish that off with a 21-yard touchdown catch. Here's a snap, Max back with plenty of time, steps up in the pocket now, nowhere to go with the football. Now he throws out to the sideline, looked like it was intercepted, but no, that one's gonna be incomplete. It looked like Haverlenko over there on the far sideline nearly had himself an interception, and wouldn't that have been a huge turn of events? So Max had time initially, nowhere to go with it. The rollout, the throw to the sideline, and that was nearly a disaster for the Broncos. 2nd down and 10. And the ball is loose again, and it's going to be downed as Max got on the football. That's happened a couple of times tonight. They're going to lose a couple of more yards here, and this one not going well to start this drive. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and long. Clock moving now, 1:28 and counting. And Los Lomas has 1 timeout. So they could conceivably get another chance here if they can get a stop. Broncos would love to get a 1st down here, and they're lining up like they're going to throw the ball to get that 1st down. Low snap again. Max back, throw, sideline, and incomplete, and that's going to stop the clock. So that's a free timeout for Los Lomas. 1:05 to go, and they're going to get the football back with a chance to score again. So that's exactly what Cantrell and the Broncos did not want, and that was the incomplete pass. And they got to punt the ball here as they're facing a 4th down and 12 at their own 19-yard line. So they had time at a couple of timeouts, but could not get anything going on offense on this particular drive. Snap. Here's Gordon looking for some room as he runs up, kicks this one, and a fair catch is called for, and that is going to be a penalty because I think the fair catch was called for, and then the runner tried to run the football. That's Haverlenko. That's illegal. Haverlenko, I believe, initially called for that fair catch. Right now the ball's at the 45-yard line of Los Lomas, but I think they're going to back the Knights up here a little bit. So apparently he did not make the signal. They're going to pick up that flag, so no penalty. So Los Lomas is going to start what could be the final drive of this first half, and they're going to start it at their own 45-yard line. They're in good shape. 58 seconds to go here, and they do have 1 more timeout. Blake back, rolls to his right, short side of the field, throws down the field, and looking for Salinas, who makes the catch at about the 15-yard line. Did he keep his feet in bounds? He did. What a throw, what a catch, and they are going to mark this at the 15-yard line. That is a 40-yard throw and catch, and making the grab is Jimmy Salinas. And boy, aren't they glad they put him on offense. Look at that throw moving up from Lewis. He had man-to-man coverage. And Salinas had beat his man down the field. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Las Lomas with some fireworks here in the waning moments of this first half. Sekulic fell down. He had some cutback room to his left. Couldn't keep his footing. And right there to make sure he wasn't getting away was Liam Frutenik. And Las Lomas is going to call timeout here. Take a look here. Good seal block to the outside, and it looked like initially that Sekulic had some room, but kind of lost his footing. But Frutenik was right there. He might have made the tackle anyway, but it looked like he just kind of slipped a little bit, saw that cutback lane, and just couldn't quite keep his footing. So Coach Longero will use his last timeout as the Knights talk it over here. They got 41 seconds, so plenty of time, especially from where they're at on the field right now. There's Coach Doug. The second stint with Las Lomas. In between that, at the JC level at DVC, if memory serves, he had a top offense in the state when he was there, but decided to come back, and it's, as they say, it's been a minute since he's been back now. And of course, this Knights team always very good. Lewis, and now we're going to have whistles kill this one. And a timeout for Northgate. So Northgate takes timeout. 41 seconds to go here in this first half. It's the Knights 21 and the Broncos 14. All right, players coming back onto the field. And 21-14 in favor of the Knights, looking to go up 2 touchdowns now, answering those 2 touchdowns that tied the game here in the second quarter by the Broncos. And Northgate trying to keep them out of the end zone. Lewis back with time, throws, and a little bit too high for the intended receiver at about the 10-yard line. And the intended receiver there was Brody Iglesias, number 8. Brody reaching up, couldn't quite hold on, a little bit high. Did have time. The pocket was starting to collapse and did have a couple of white shirts bearing down on him. That's why he had to throw that ball a bit high. And Brody, not a real good chance to pull that one down. So Lewis getting some instructions on the Knights sideline. Now back out onto the field. This is going to bring up 3rd down and 10 here from the 15-yard line. Be interesting to see if they don't get it. Here, will they kick a field goal? And it looked like the Broncos jump. I didn't see any flags fly. Now one does. Lewis gets away momentarily. He's going to be dragged down inside the 10-yard line. But let's check the flag. It was thrown a bit late and thrown by one of the back judges. That usually isn't where the flag would come from on those defensive offside plays. We'll take a look. Anyway, is it tripping going to be the call? Looked like they tried to trip Lewis as he was making that run. No, actually, it's going to go against the Northgate Broncos. Now they're hustling to get the field goal team out here. I thought they were going to get the field goal team out here. No, they're going to stay. They're going to keep the offense out here. They're going to get the down over again because after the penalty, so it's still 3rd down. It's just going to back them up a little bit. Looked like they were scrambling to get the kicking team out there almost for a moment. On third down, Lewis rolling to his right, sets up, under pressure, throws for the end zone. This one is going to be caught, but were they inbounds? Touchdown! From 15 yards away, the Broncos cannot keep the Knights out of the end zone again, and this time it's Zachary Wood with a 15-yard touchdown catch. And the Knights on the scoreboard again. They lead it 27-14. Mason Grant now. Lewis with the hold, it gets away. Lewis is going to try to chase it down, and he is going to be tackled, so the point after is no good. And with just 15 seconds to go in this first half, it's Las Lomas 27 and the Broncos 14. Oh, but what a finish to this first half, as the Knights, with just 58 seconds to go in that second quarter, they regained the ball at their own 45-yard line, and the result is a pass from Lewis to Wood, 15-yard TD catch. And boy, it was a splendid catch. The coverage was actually pretty good. Going to the sideline, you can see the pressure on Lewis there. Couple of guys there, but Wood somehow able to take that one, almost took that one away from the Broncos. And with excellent coverage there was Joaquin Hernandez, number 24. Looked like he had the arm across Wood as the ball was coming in, but somehow Wood was still able to make the catch. What a great play by Las Lomas. They got the first two touchdowns. They gave up the next two, and they've scored the last two now. Here's one. They're going to drop at the 25. Picked up there, 30 and 35 and spinning. It looked like he stepped out of bounds. And now still running, still going, and it's going to be down at the 35-yard line with 9 seconds to go. I thought he had stepped out of bounds farther upfield, but there was no signal to that. And I believe this is going to stand for the Broncos. What a huge play there. And with 9 seconds, they're going to have a chance to throw one. Here it is again, making the spin. He did not step out of bounds. It's Dax Gordon. And Gordon going to take this one all the way down. What a big play there. You can see there he gets out inside the 40 to about the 35-yard line. So with 9 seconds, you could potentially have two plays. You do have the one timeout. Max back, steps inside, looking, throws over the middle. It's going to be incomplete. That play took a long time. That's going to leave only 4 seconds. So the timeout really won't come into play now, because chances are they're not going to be able to run a play throwing the ball down the field in under 4 seconds. So this should be the last play of the first half. But how about the fireworks to end this second quarter? What a ball game here from Las Lomas tonight. And the most recent fireworks provided by number 1, Dax Gordon. And I had thought initially when he made that spin somewhere in Bronco territory that he had stepped out of bounds, but clearly on the replay he did not. And the Knights able to make the tackle there to save the touchdown, but boy, he almost had himself a big kickoff return for a TD in the waning seconds of this first half. There you see some of the cheer squad for Las Lomas. Always here to entertain the fans. All right, so the Broncos going to have one play here. 4 seconds. You know, much too far for a field goal attempt for Northgate. Be about over 50 yards from this point, so they're just going to throw it downfield and hope for the best. See the Knights defense, they've got a lot of people backed up off the line of scrimmage waiting for this one. They rush only 3. They're going to throw one out to the flat, and this one's going to go down inside the 20. So they get some yardage there, but it's all for naught, and that will do it for the first half of play. It's Las Lomas 27, it's Northgate 14 on the 2025 version of Battle of the Creek. Come on back, we'll have the second half for you. You are watching Walnut Creek TV.
restaurant industry for years and have a deep passion in creating spaces where people can come together and great food. I currently own and operate multiple restaurants, and including Doorstop Thai Kitchen in Walnut Creek, and focusing on bringing unique dining experience to the community. My goal has always been to create restaurants that feel welcoming, memorable, and rooted into the local culture. Salsa has always been a special part of the downtown Walnut Creek dining scene, and when the opportunity came up, so to take over, I know it's what the right move. It's had a great history and royal following, and I want to honor that while also bringing fresh energy, revival menu, and a renewal focus on hospitality. Doing a business in downtown Walnut Creek has been a very positive experience. Walnut Creek is a vibrant city and a strong sense of community and support for local businesses. The city staff are approachable, responsive, and genuinely want business to succeed, which make a huge difference for operators like me. Outdoor dining has become such an important part of how people enjoy restaurants. I want to give guests a beautiful, comfortable space. It also adds to the energy of the downtown area and creates a more lively, inviting atmosphere. The city of Walnut Creek made it easy by providing clear guidelines, quick responses, and strong support from start to finish. Being the first of receiving the Parklet grant was exciting. It felt like we were helping pave the way for other businesses to enhance outdoor dining downtown.
Bro, I don't know. I honestly don't think we should have had Jessica drive.
Yeah, bro, Katie's about to be so fun. It's so worth it right now.
I'm really in the
careful,
movie right
be
now,
careful,
dude.
bro.
This is awesome. Oh god, everything's so
14
moving
block.
forward so
Bro,
fast.
he's stop sign.
Hello.
I think we're fine. I think we're fine.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you about it. Oh my god.
I think those it's act normal.
How you guys doing?
Doing pretty good, officer.
Good. Hey, the reason I stopped you kind of rolled that stop sign back there. Do you have your license registration?
Yeah. That one.
Is that your license right there? In your hand?
Oh yeah.
If I could grab that from you real quick. And Nick, is it?
Yeah, Nick.
Nick, how much have you had to drink tonight?
I haven't had anything to drink.
Nothing to drink at all? How about you over there? Did you drink something?
Nah, I haven't drinking anything.
Because I'm smelling alcohol coming from the car. Is there a reason for that?
I haven't had any.
Nothing at all? Go ahead and come on out. We'll do some field sobriety tests, and we'll find out where you're at. Okay? Turn right here for me. See where my light is? Right here for me. Look where my light is.
All right, yeah.
See?
Right here.
Okay. Go ahead whenever you're ready.
All right.
Deep breath in, blow. Keep going, keep going, keep going. That's the thing, is you have to kind of recognize what it is you're drinking when you're drinking and maybe call for a designated driver or a taxi, right?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
We have a gun.
Why do you ask that, kiddo?
Can I play with it?
No, absolutely not. It's not a toy. You know that. Anyway, I need it to protect you, your sister and mom.
But what about the 8 kids who get shot every day by mistake?
Where'd you hear that?
Where do you keep it?
Welcome back, everybody. Second half. And our current score, Northgate 14. Las Lomas 27.
All right, 27-14 in favor of Las Lomas as they started out hot. They got a couple of touchdowns, a pair of 40-yard drives to get them out to the 2-touchdown lead. Secular scored a touchdown to get them started. They had one drive that went pretty well, but ended up with a Northgate interception. And just when it looked like the Broncos were going to get blown out, they came back with a couple of touchdowns of their own to tie things at 14, and then it got crazy. Lowen ended up catching a 21-yard touchdown pass from Blake Lewis to go ahead 21-14 in favor of the Knights. There you see them there. And then in the waning seconds of that first half, 58 seconds to go when they started their last drive, did the Knights. That drive culminated in Zachary Wood with a 15-yard touchdown catch from Blake Lewis. Then there was a big return on the Northgate side. Dax Gordon, that went for naught, but boy, the fireworks were coming fast and furious. But when it's all said and done for that first half, it's a 27-14 lead for the Knights, and we are just a couple of minutes away from having the second half for you. Stay tuned, more Battle the Creek coming up right here on Walnut Creek TV.
the restaurant industry for years and have a deep passion in creating spaces where people can come together and great food. I currently own and operate multiple restaurants, and including Doorstop Thai Kitchen in Walnut Creek, and focusing on bringing unique dining experience to the community. My goal has always been to create restaurants that feel welcoming, memorable, and rooted into the local culture. Salsa has always been a special part of the downtown Walnut Creek dining scene, and when the opportunity came up, to take over, I know it's what the right move. It's had a great history and royal following, and I want to honor that while also bringing fresh energy, revival menu, and a renewal focus on hospitality. Doing a business in downtown Walnut Creek has been a very positive experience. Walnut Creek is a vibrant city and a strong sense of community and support for local businesses. The city staff are approachable, responsive, and genuinely want business to succeed, which make a huge difference for operators like me. Outdoor dining has become such an important part of how people enjoy restaurants. I want to give guests a beautiful, comfortable space. It also adds to the energy of the downtown area and creates a more lively, inviting atmosphere. The city of Walnut Creek made it easy by providing clear guidelines, quick responses, and strong support from start to finish. Being the first of receiving the Parklet grant was exciting. It felt like we were helping pave the way for other businesses to enchant outdoor dining downtown.
A fresh 12 minutes on that fourth quarter clock as we get set to play the third quarter, and the opening kickoff of the second half coming up right here from Los Lomas High School. 27-14 in favor of the Knights, and boy, a whole lot of fireworks in that first half. 6 touchdowns, 4 for the home team. Northgate going to start with the football as we begin the third quarter, and the kick by Grant is away, and this one is going to bounce and stay in bounds at about the 2-yard line, going the other way, and the Broncos are going to be hit and dropped inside the 20-yard line, so not good field position to start here for Northgate. Grant's kick looked like it was going to go into the end zone. It didn't, so the Broncos start out at their own 18-yard line, first down and 10. Broncos able to get off the deck after falling behind by a pair of touchdowns. Tollerton with 132 yards and a pair of scores, one on the ground, one in the air. But Blake Lewis had himself a very fine first half throwing the ball. And for a team that was relying heavily on the running game, well, not tonight. And out and then sliding down, and then we're going to have a flag thrown coming from the offensive backfield, and usually that goes against the offense. They are going to back up the Broncos here. Here comes the mark off against Northgate. So that'll be a holding against Northgate. So things don't start out well here. Try to pick up where that went. And was that the play coming over here on the near side? Not really sure. But it almost looked like Max Cantrell knew it was going to be a holding call. He just pulled the ball down and slid. Well, they've had some injuries up front this year. Charlie Agulis, the tackle, got hurt. Here's a play going up the middle, couple of yards there, but it's going to bring up second down and very long, just a couple of yards on that play. And the center, Aaron Erdem, he got hurt as well. Brody Irvin, he had to move from tackle to center to start this game, so they've had to shuffle the offensive line a little bit because of injuries, but that's just the way it goes for football. You figure, in any sport you could get hurt. In football, you're going to get hurt. 27-14 our score. And the Broncos on their opening drive here, second down at 15. About their own 10-yard line. Max back, plenty of time, throws over the middle of the field and incomplete. He had a man wide open, and it was just wide right. Bryce Ballard was wide open in the middle of the field, and if he had made that catch, he had some room to run. So Max and Ballard cannot hook up, and that's going to bring up third down at 15. And if you're the Broncos right now, you do not want to punt the ball. You look at here, got some pressure late, but he had plenty of time initially, and I think that pressure at the end really forced that errant throw. So third down and 15, and the Broncos need a big play here to keep this drive alive. They need the 29-yard line. Cantrell barking out the signals. Max back, looking, throws down the sideline. He's got a man wide open, but it's intercepted. And that's Jimmy Salinas. He's knocked out of bounds. And Jimmy Salinas from that safety spot collects interception number 6. Just when I thought the man was open for a big play, it's a big play going the other way. And Jimmy Salinas, he has been a thief in that secondary. A half dozen interceptions now. And this is going to set up the Knights at the Bronco 15. Here's that throw, had a man open, and there is Salinas cutting right in front of Bryce Ballard to make the pick. Able to get a good return out of it as well. Sekulic gonna get it, tries to go up the middle, and he is cut down rather quickly. A couple of bodies getting up off the pile, and then a late flag comes in. And on that tackle, it looked like it was Damon Oberbrunner who was able to get that tackle, but let's check the flag.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense. Penalties half to go.
No, it's going to be a foul against the defense. They're going to go half the distance here. And there you see it cut down right at the end. And then like a throw down over here to the left of your screen, and then the continued pushing. And I think they're going to get William Yankee, Jahnke, on that penalty. And now they're going to be set up here. Second down, ball on the 7-yard line here, and going over the right side, and this is going to be touchdown, Los Lomas. So following the interception, Los Lomas, a couple of snaps later, take it into the end zone, and they have now moved out to a 33-14 lead. So here comes Grant for the point after. Out of the hold of Lewis. Snap, spot, kick is good. And with 10:27 to go here in the third quarter, the Knights have moved out to a 34-14 lead. So that is not the way the Broncos needed this to start. There you see the fake there. Actually gave it to Sekulic and over that right side, and just nobody even touched him as he goes in for another touchdown. I think that's the third time he has scored here this evening. And the Broncos now again trail by a pair of touchdowns. They get 3 touchdowns, pardon me. Well, the first 2 scores coming for the Knights, the next 2 coming to the Broncos, but the last 3 now, so 3 as of yet unanswered touchdowns as Grant to kick off. And he booms this one, and this one will be taken about the 5-yard line, count across the 10, 15, out across the 20. And out across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. It's about 22 yards on the return. The Broncos will set up shop, first down at 10. 10:22 to go here in this third quarter, and they trail it 34-14. And now we have an injury on the field, and they'll tend to that. I'll step away here for just a moment. And so far right now, all Los Lomas and the Broncos looking to make the big comeback.
I surrender.
All right, pal.
Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's up?
We have a gun.
Why do you ask that, kiddo?
Can I play with it?
No, absolutely not. It's not a toy. You know that. Anyway, I need it to protect you, your sister, and Mom.
But what about the 8 kids who get shot every day by mistake?
Where'd you hear that?
Where do you keep it?
It's hidden.
I bet it's on the top shelf of the closet, under your sweatshirts. Is it loaded? Remember when I found my Christmas gift? You always told me to be curious.
No. No, that's not what I meant.
And when it's just me and Mom, I could use the gun to protect her.
No, Justin, I promise. I'm always here for you.
But Dad, you're not always here.
All right, following that injury timeout, Navoa Gayer, number 50, hurt on that previous play, helped off the field. We can only hope that he's going to be okay and can return. Right now, the Broncos now set up here at their own 26-yard line. As they start this next drive, they trail it now by 3 touchdowns. And here, keeping it, looking to throw, and now in trouble and dumps it away. Looked like he was outside the tackle box, and they are not going to throw a flag on this for intentional grounding. And now the officials are getting together to talk this over. It looked like Max was outside the tackle box and then was confronted by a defender and then just threw the ball away. The Los Lomas side wanted grounding, but I don't think they're going to get it. Yeah, outside the tackle box, so that it was an illegal and a smart throwaway by Max. So Cantrell was coming to the near side, and he just saw a burgundy shirt right in his grill and able to get rid of the ball. 10:15 to go here in the third quarter. The Broncos had rallied here to tie the game in that second quarter, but since then, it's been all Knights as they lead it by 20. Cantrell in that formation, same formation, throws to the outside. It's got a man, and they're going to complete this very close to a first down out about the 38-yard line. So a good throw to the sideline, and the catch made by Ryan Samander, the junior wide receiver slash defensive back. That's going to bring up third down, but a good gain on the play. And look at the throw there. He's really able to get that out there on that sideline throw. And you got to have a good arm to do that, and he showed a very good arm there, did the sophomore. Third down and short, low snap, handoff. And now whistles blowing this one dead. That looks like it's going to go against the offense again. And it's going to be a false start, and that's going to push the Broncos back 5 more yards. Boy, they've had that happen a couple of times. So have the Knights, for that matter, the pre-snap penalty against the offense. But, boy, it's certainly a bad time to do it on 3rd and short. Now it's going to, we're saying 3rd down and 6 here. As the nose of the football is out across the 30 to the 31. And they need about the 37 for a first down. Cantrell, looks like they're going to throw for it here. Back throws, sideline pattern. Dax has got it. He's going to break out. He's going to get a first down outside the 40. Finally pushed out of bounds at the 45-yard line. That will be a Bronco first down. Take another look. Here's Max. And they had that little hitch pass on the side. Dax and the blockers were out there set up very nicely as they got the burgundy shirts all contained to pick up that first down. Nice pitch and catch, good blocking downfield, and they turn 3rd down into first down and overcome that penalty. Hand off right up the middle. Torlington, and he's out across midfield into Knights territory with a good gain. About 7 yards there on first down. Call it second down at about 3. Actually about a 6-yard gain. Call it second down at about 4 as they mark it back to the Los Lomas 49-yard line. So Torlington has come as advertised, having himself a big night. And here comes the rush. Max under pressure, throws, and he's got it complete. That's going to be a first down. Able to get it out to Ryan Samander, number 8. And boy, Cantrell really with a nice throw, the pressure coming to him. The sophomore was able to keep his cool, step up, and complete the pass to move the chains. And the Broncos need a touchdown in the worst way here, trailing by 20. Looking over at Ben Ballard and the coaches over there as they're sending in the play. They don't audible here. You just run the play that is called. Here is the throw out to the side. And Samander's got it again, and he makes a nice move and still going forward and nearly picked up the first down. So Samander able to make a couple of catches on this drive, and the Broncos have got something going here. Started this drive at the 26-yard line and are moving swiftly down the field. Overcame a penalty and a third fairly long play to keep this drive alive. Looking over. Get those signals. Not huddling up here, trying to make sure that the Knights do not substitute. That ball was nearly intercepted over there on the sideline. As it is, it's going to be caught for another first down. But boy, that one was really close. Dax Gordon making the catch there, and the Broncos have first down. But boy, that one almost looked like it was going the other way. So if the Broncos can score and get one in here, they would only trail by the 2 touchdowns, and this would still be a very competitive game. Here's Max back, rolling to his right, looking downfield, throws, and too high. The intended receiver that time was Bryce Ballard, number 80, but he was well covered over here on the sideline, and I think Max just threw that one out of bounds because he did not have the man open. On the coverage there was Logan Downs, number 11, and you can see that Logan had that play very well covered coming to the near side. Second down and 10. 3 wide receivers split out here to the near side. 1 to the far side. Cantrell throws, and Dax had it go off his hand a little bit high for him, and he looked like he was trying to come back to the ball, and the ball was just kind of thrown over his head. Almost as if Max thought he was going further down the field. You could see him coming back. If he had taken a couple of more steps downfield, he would have had a much better chance to catch that ball. As it is, that's going to be incomplete. Another third down coming up here. Third down and 10 for the Broncos. Knights fans want a defensive stop here. Long yardage situation. They figure they're going to pass. Max rolls out quickly under pressure. Now he runs away from it. Picks up a block. rolling, throws, he's got a man, and this is going to be out to the 20-yard line, scrambling around here for it, and it looks like they are going to pick up the first down. Oh, what a play by Cantrell, able to get the ball out to the receiver, and that is number 8, Ryan Samander again, and you see Cantrell just buying more time, able to keep this one alive, and then there's so much pressure, had to throw it around a defender, and Samander able to make the catch, and a beautiful spin move to get away from downs, and right up the middle, Torlaton, and he is going to be close to the 5-yard line, Markham just short of that. And he picks up good yardage there on first down, about 8-yard gain to bring up second down and 2. So you got to figure it's going to be Torlaton down here. Big shifty back. They give it to him. Left side and touchdown, Torlaton! In the end zone for the 3rd time today. 2 rushing and 1 receiving. And boy, just like that, Northgate is going to get it to within 2 touchdowns. And we've got ourselves a good ball game here. So starting that drive from their own 26-yard line, 74 yards on the drive, resulting in a Torlaton touchdown run, his 3rd touchdown of the ball game. Gordon, snap, spot, kick is good. And with 6:49 to go, Northgate answers the 3rd quarter touchdown with a 3rd quarter touchdown of their own, and they trail it now 34-21. Here it is again, Torlaton giving it going right up the middle, had to cut it off to the left in that A gap right there. And even with the tackler, Zachary Wood, coming up to grab him, he was still able to get it in the end zone for a touchdown. That play very well blocked as Tristan had the opportunity to kind of shift it off to the left just a bit and get into the end zone. Near them the Knights, cross the 30, cross the 35, spilled. Did the ball come loose? It seems like the Broncos think there was a fumble on the play. They're still battling for it down there. Broncos say it's Northgate ball. What are the officials saying? They're still fighting for it. Now, if both of them are holding on the ball, they always give the ball to the offensive team. If both of them have a firm grasp on it, the offense always gets to maintain possession, and they do here again. And you hear the boos coming from the far side of the field from the Bronco faithful. And out of the pile with the ball comes Aiden Heaney, number 21. Well, they are going to say Northgate does not have it, and it's going to be a Los Lomas possession. So the Knights from their own 27 able to avoid disaster there. And the Broncos, if they're going to make this a really good game, of course it is a really good game, but if they're going to make it closer than this, they're going to need to get a stop right now against this Los Lomas Knight offense. And hit in the backfield, surging to get across the line of scrimmage and pick up a couple of yards. And that was Sekulic again, able to make something out of nothing. They really caught him in the backfield, and he's a guy that he likes that contact. He doesn't run around many people. You see it right there. He's hit in the backfield, and he just keeps on going. Another defender engages him there, and he just keeps pushing the pile forward. So Kane Sekulic, with the effort, it's a short gain, but it looked like it was going to be a yard or 2 loss. 2nd down and 8. The feature backs certainly looking really good here tonight. There's a fake. Blake throws, got a man, and plenty of room down the sideline, cross midfield, inside the 45, down to about the 41-yard line. And that is Cole Haverlinko, listed as a running back and a linebacker, making that catch. Cole lining up, I believe, as a tight end there, and he's going to pick himself up a first down. Take a little look at the rollout. Able to get it to him in space. And he had plenty of room to run there. So the Knights pick up the big play that time. And now into Bronco territory. They operate here now from the 43-yard line of Northgate. Man in motion coming to the near side. Lewis going to hand off to Sekulic. Caught in the backfield this time. Kane somehow gets away and picks up enough yardage to get him at least past the line of scrimmage, and they had him for a 3-yard loss. And Kane somehow able to pour through that and pick up a yard. Here's the replay. Kane going to get it. And he is caught immediately in the backfield. Couple of defenders there. They can't really hold on, and he just keeps on going. A couple of guys had him, including number 70, William Yankee. It's only a yard gain, but that should have been a 3-yard loss. And a high snap. And this one is going to be handed off to number 33, Steven Cordano, who scored a touchdown earlier in the game. He's caught in the backfield, and he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. It's going to be 3rd down and long. Here he is, and coming up to make that stop is the middle linebacker, Liam Fruchnick, and he's able to make a pretty good play right there. He, Overbrunner, Micah Annam is really the strength of this defense. And they have the most experience. Liam and Damon are the returners. And Micah, part of that freshman team last year, also making an impact on this defense. They make the play there, and now we've got a timeout for Los Lomas. And looking at a 3rd down and long situation upcoming for the Knights. All right, players returning to the field. 3:55 to go here in this 3rd quarter. 34-21 in favor of the home team. It's the 2025 football version of Battle of the Creek right here from Walnut Creek TV. So glad you could be with us, and I'm sure you are enjoying this very, very fun game. 3rd down, 10. Lewis back under some pressure. He's hit and he'll be dropped. Back inside Knights territory. The ball was lost. I think there might have been a fumble there. Did they signal 1st down going the other way? Or are they just bringing the punting unit on here? I thought for a moment the referee signaled 1st down, and they look like they are going to mark this with a sack and a forced fumble and fumble recovery for the Broncos. They are. Take another look. Under pressure was Blake Lewis in a hurry. And upcoming was Micah Annam, the linebacker we just talked about. And then the ball was fumbled and recovered by Fruchnick, and the linebackers, the strength of this defense, coming up with a huge play. Northgate now from inside Knights territory at the 42. They run that 1st down play, pick up a few. It's going to be about a 4-yard gain. And now whistles blow this one dead, and another pre-snap penalty. Both teams have had their problems with that. So, boy, did this game just get that much more exciting in a hurry. I'm going to move them back 5 yards here. But now the Broncos, a chance to cut this to a 1-possession game and maybe even a 6-point game. 2nd down, call it 11 following the penalty. Hand off, right up the middle. Good yardage, breaks a tackle, coming to the outside and finally dragged down, but not before Tollerton picks up the 1st down, and he just continues to add to his great night. He's going to go over 200 yards here tonight, possibly. 132 yards in that 1st half. 1st down and 10. Max back. Throws deep down the field. He's got a man. Gordon is there. He's got it. He's got it. Touchdown, Broncos. from 35 yards out. Max finds Dax Gordon in the end zone, and this is a one-possession game. So following that Tullerton run, they come up with the big 35-yard play to Dax Gordon for a touchdown. A 58-yard drive following the sack, forced fumble, and fumble recovery, and this one is going to be good. Dax Gordon looked like he hit that one from the side and still got it to go. 2:56 to go in the third quarter, 34-28 Las Lomas. Here it is again. Max letting it fly. Dax Gordon able to beat the defender downfield. And that defender, William Kirkland, on the one-on-one coverage was never able to turn around and find the ball. And boy, this game has just gotten super exciting, folks. Just moments ago, it was a 3-touchdown game. And now it looks like there's a penalty against Las Lomas. Look where the look where the Broncos are going to be kicking off from. So it must have been a personal foul coming against Las Lomas. And the Broncos are going to kick off from the 45-yard line of the Knights. That's a 15-yard penalty against the Knights. Let's see how they do this. It's going to be onside, and the ball is going to be recovered. Oh, what a pickup by the Knights. And that's Zachary Wood making another play. That was a huge one right there. So Ben Ballard, with that penalty, decides to go with the onside kick, but Zach Wood makes the great pickup. And now they're going to call legal procedure against the Broncos. Are they going to let him re-kick this? They are. So they're going to move him back 5 yards, but that is really a break for the Broncos. That penalty actually helps them. Let's see if they just go ahead and kick off normally here and try to pin him deeper. Zach Wood, the last of the Wood brothers, 8 Wood brothers coming through Las Lomas High School. They are going to kick off here. This one is going to be caught at about the 10-yard line. Reversing field, coming back the other way, looking for some room, getting out across the 20 to the 21. So about 11-yard return. Let's see who was on that return. Can't quite see that, but the Knights will get fairly good field position considering the penalty and considering where the Broncos initially were kicking off. So Las Lomas, it looks like they're going to mark this out at their own 22-yard line. 2:50 to go here in a wild third quarter on the 2025 version of Battle of the Creek. So Lewis back out there now, and the Knights offense. Handoff, Sekulich going to get it, goes up the middle. He's got good yards. Out across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. So he picks up about 5 yards on that carry. It'll bring up second down at 5. And you look at it right there, and Kane able to do what Kane does, finds a hole and then runs through tacklers. He's not looking to make any shifty, quick moves, not jitterbugging out there. He's finding the hole and then exploiting it immediately. And he runs with power behind those pads. Second down. Blake back. Now under pressure. Blake stays up to the initial hit, throws downfield, and completes the pass down to the 45-yard line. Big play and a first down. 18 yards on that throw and catch. And the catch made by William Kirkland going across the field, staying with his quarterback. And what a play by Blake Lewis. Look at that way, Lewis able to get away and fire downfield. Get a big play there for the Las Lomas Knights. Boy, this has been a great game. Lewis hit initially by Micah Annam. I thought Micah was going to take him down, but he bounced off that one and then got the play down to Kirkland. First down and 10 from the 45. Sekulic going to get it off the right side. He's got some room. Kane going to be dragged down, but he's going to pick up 13 yards and a first down. Almost broke that one going down the sideline, making what might have been a touchdown-saving tackle was number 30, Malachi Tunagafasi. And you see Malachi able to make the tackle there just by the ankles. Sekulic was going to be running for a while. There were players in pursuit, but that was actually at least a lot of yards, if not a touchdown-saving tackle there. First down and 10, under a minute to go now here in this third period. Sekulic going to get it again, and Kane taken down this time. He's going to get to the 40, so just about a 3-yard gain that time. We'll call it second down and 7, and now we had some pushing going on here. And boys, you guys have got to be careful with that. Don't want to get a flag here. That was actually a productive play for the defense, giving up just 3 yards on first and 10. 34-28 in favor of Las Lomas, and they're on the move again. Started this drive with 2:50 to go in the quarter at their own 22-yard line. And Blake Lewis picked up a great pass as he was able to get one to Kirkland on the run, able to bounce off a tackler to do so. Knights sprinting to the line of scrimmage, and this will be it for, and they're going to get it off with 1 second. Sekulic going to get caught in the backfield, and down he goes. So that's how the third quarter ends. We'll have a fresh 12 minutes on the fourth quarter clock. Stay tuned. It's crunch time now from Las Lomas. 34-28 Knights. All right, fourth quarter now. Team's going to dig down and see who wants it the most. 6-point lead for the Knights. They've got the ball and another pre-snap penalty. And one of the Broncos looking very frustrated there. And it is going to be offsides against the Broncos. So that is the second pre-snap penalty that went against the Bronco defense here tonight. But what a wild third quarter in what has been a wild football game here tonight. The 4-1 Broncos, or pardon me, the 4-1 Knights taking on the 2-3 Broncos in this crosstown rivalry game, Battle of the Creek. Anthony Schultz, so glad you can join us, and you have been really shown an entertaining football game. Bronco defensive line scrambling a bit to get set up as the Knights come to the line of scrimmage here, third down and 4. And the handoff, Sekulic trying to go up the middle or off to the right, pardon me, and he's going to pick up the first down as he gets inside the 30-yard line. So he picks up about 7 yards there, and they'll move the chains. Coming out here to the near side, going off tackle to the right. And the offensive line getting that good push here as you take a look, and you see that, and he hits that line. He's able to push the pile forward, but that offensive line doing a good job containing their men, getting them pushed off the line of scrimmage, and giving Kane some room to operate. First down and 10 now. Line of scrimmage, the 30-yard line of the Broncos. Sekulic, he's got it. Up the middle he goes, picks up good yardage, close to another first down. Gets inside the 25, close to the 20-yard line, maybe just a hair short. See where they're going to finally mark this. I think they're going to mark it at about an 8-yard gain for Kane. And that'll bring up second down and 2. Clock going to be winding. Under 11 minutes to go here. It's still going to be plenty of time. Even if Los Lomas scores and takes the 2-touchdown lead, still plenty of time for the Broncos to operate, but Northgate trying to find a way to get the Knights stopped here. Sekulic, left side, goes, picks up good yardage inside the 10. It'll be another first down, and this time first down and goal for Las Lomas.
Blocked by Davis School. First down, Knights.
Here it is again. Boy, that hole was massive, and Sekulic able to exploit that. He had a lead blocker who didn't really get a block that time, but didn't need to. Boy, there was so much room over there on that left side. Broncos, right side of their defense, really pushed around on the offensive line here. Hand off, Kane goes up the middle. Kane off to the right, touchdown!
Sekulic on the carry, and that's a nice touchdown!
Kane Sekulic, a 9-yard touchdown run, and he's in the end zone again, and the Broncos now trail it again by 2 scores. Let's see now. Are they going to go for 2 here? As they lead it now 40-28, a 12-point lead. Do they make it 13? Do they go for 2 and try to make it 14? They are going to go for 2 here. Lewis out there not to hold for the point after, but to run the offense and looking for the 2-point conversion. Lewis has it, runs, throws, got it! Able to get the ball to William Kirkland for the 2-point conversion, and it is a 14-point lead, 42-28. Los Lomas with 10:09 to go here in the game. Right side there, pulling a couple of people over there, and then he's able to find the hole, and there again, a couple of tacklers there, but they just can't get him on the ground until he's over the goal line. Kane Sekulic again in the end zone. That is his second touchdown of this second half. There's still plenty of time for Northgate to operate, and their offense has certainly shown the ability to move down the field and score. Grant with the kickoff, and he booms this one. This one's going to go into the end zone. It's going to hit down about the 1-yard line and then bounce into the end zone. That'll be a touchback for the Broncos. And now they'll operate. Still over 10 minutes to go. They've got all their timeouts, so plenty of time to run a normal offense here. But they need 2 touchdowns to tie. All right, Northgate operates from their own 20-yard line. And then up the middle, and Tollerton with a nice gain
on the carry
for Northgate. I mean, the Broncos have really not stopped that Knights offense at all. But on the other side, it's not exactly like the Bronco offense hasn't had its share of plays, too. And they're going to have a first down here and a nice catch. Pair of defenders to make the tackle there. And that one caught by Ryan Samander, who's caught several balls here tonight. So Samander having himself a pretty good game as well. Get out across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. Handoff. Tollerton tackled but spun down as he gets across the 40 to the 41-yard line. So he picks up about 8 yards there, and that'll bring up second down. So a couple of very positive plays here for the Broncos after taking over at their own 20 following the touchback. Cantrell, low snap, makes the grab, throws to the outside, he's got a man. They're going to pick up the first down out across midfield into Knights territory inside the 45 down to the 44. And the catch made by Bryce Ballard. A nice catch and run for him as they pick up the big play there. That's about a 15-yard gain on that play, which almost looked like a disaster following the snap. Out to the sideline again. Dax Gordon got it, has it, spins to the outside, and he picks up another first down, about 12 more yards on that play. And the Bronco offense really rolling here. Boy, you talk about a couple of teams that really weren't featuring the pass all that much. They are lighting it up here tonight. And timeout, Los Lomas. They want to talk it over. 8:47 to go. Broncos on the move, but the Knights lead it by 2 touchdowns. All right, players back on the field. 8:47 to go. The Broncos on the move. They started this one at their own 20-yard line and picked up 3 first downs here on the drive, trying to keep things going and cut it to a 1-score lead again. Man in motion, Cantrell, and now they're going to have movement, I think, before the snap. And this time I think they're going to get the offense with another pre-snap penalty. Now, the thing about these pre-snap penalties, most of them have gone against the offense, but more often than not, it seems like the offenses, both offenses, Los Lomas and Northgate, they've been able to overcome them with big plays. First down at 15, as the Broncos now at the Los Lomas 39-yard line. Max hands off, Torleton looking for some room, none there, going up the middle. And this time they bottled him up, so Tristan maybe gets a yard, maybe 2. So this is going to bring up second down and long. They're going to call it a 3-yard gain and say it's second down and 12 from the Knights 36. Here's Cantrell, back, time, throws, and a little bit too wide. And he was looking for Samander, who's been pretty reliable here tonight, but that one a little bit wide left. It's going to bring up third down and long here. Take another look. He had plenty of time, had the man open, and just missed him that time. The defender was several yards off of him, but Max, not one of his best throws tonight on that last one. Third down at 12. You'd almost have to figure they would go for it, so you might want to run Torleton on this drive and see if you can't pick it up on fourth down. He's going to get it. He's going to pick up good yardage as he gets inside the 30, crashing all the way down about a couple of yards short. So that's about a 10-yard gain. I believe it's going to bring up fourth down and 2. And you got to figure they don't kick a lot of field goals. The kicking isn't what it used to be here at Northgate. It's really dropped off there. I mean, Dax Gordon does the kicking, but probably too far for him from this point. They're going to go for it on fourth down and 3. Max under pressure, throws deep down the field. It's caught, dropped. Maybe knocked away at the last moment. Dax Gordon was there in the end zone, one-on-one coverage. And the coverage provided by number 11, Logan Downs, and Logan may have gotten a piece of this. So 4th and 2, they go for it all, don't get it, and the Knights take over on downs. Boy, that was a big play right there. And Ben Ballard on the 4th and 2, electing not to go with Torleton, going for it all here. And Logan, boy, got a hand, I think he did get a hand on that, but also had a hand on Gordon's shoulder pad. No foul called. So the Knights are going to take over here, first down and 10. And Sekulic going to be caught in the backfield this time. And every time they run that play, at least so many times they run it to Kane. It looks like they're using that fake with Blake going the other way. You can see it right here, caught in the backfield. A couple of guys there, including but not limited to Liam Fruknick, the linebacker. And they get him stopped for a loss here. They're going to lose a yard on that play. I thought they lost even a couple of more than that, but they're going to mark it about a yard, maybe 2-yard loss. It's going to bring up second down here for the Knights. And this is a very important drive for Northgate to get them stopped. Blake going to hand off, and Sekulic getting back to the 30, so he picks up a couple of yards. But the Bronco defense holds up pretty well on that one.
3rd down and 7.
So they're going to bring up 3rd down and 7. We're going to call it a 4-yard gain. But it's still going to be 3rd and fairly long, going up the middle, and they closed it down pretty well. Did the Bronco defense that time. And Fruknick able to do it again. He's really had a good game tonight. But this Bronco defense still have to be a little bit frustrated in the way they've been pushed around here tonight, but a chance to get a stop here. 3rd down and 7. Fake the handoff. Blake back under some pressure, and he's going down. Lewis is going to be sacked inside the 30-yard line. They're going to mark him down at about the 28. And with 6:19 and counting, the Bronco defense able to get off the field. They stopped the run a couple of times, and now they bottle up the quarterback on 3rd down. A couple of defenders in there to get the sack, including Lachlan Jones, number 57. So we got timeout on the field here, 6:11 to go. So the Broncos now are going to get the football back, but they are going to be in a major hurry, as they're going to need 2 touchdowns here. But of course, you'd like to be able to move the ball down and score quickly enough where you don't have to onside kick. And that really is just kind of hoping that you get a break and you get the fumble, or the muff, as you might call it, to be able to regain possession, have a chance to tie it. All right, the Knights out here, and they are going to be punting here. The Broncos should get pretty good field position, and this one is going to hit and be taken at the 40, 45, cross midfield, and to about the 46. And then on the late here, coming from the back judge, who lines up in the offensive backfield, and he throws a flag here at the end of the play, and now another flag flies. And here's that replay on that return for Northgate. That's Thomas Borbelli, who had a good return coming back into Las Lomas territory, but the Broncos going to be called for a penalty here, and they are going to be pushed back. And here comes the call. So that is going to cost the Broncos 10 very valuable yards, because they are playing against the clock now. And instead of starting in Knights territory, they're going to start back at their own 40-yard line. Well, that tells the story. 42-28 Las Lomas, a tick under 6 minutes to go. So the Broncos still with good field position, but not as good as it could have been. Torleton up the middle, and he is going to be stopped after he picks up 5 yards on 1st down, and the Knights will give that one up all day. Now, the reason Coach Bradley would elect to run those plays is because he knows Torleton can hit the home run. All right, Cantrell, you figure he's going to have to start lighting it up again. Back to pass he goes. Now he's going to run. Max takes off. He's going to pick up the 1st down. He's going to get inside the 45-yard line. And he's going to pick up about 11, 12 yards on the play. They'll move the chains. Clock still rolling here at 5:18 and counting to go. Broncos, well, they haven't been huddling a lot today anyway, so they've been kind of playing this way most of the game. And this one, Burlington goes out there. He's going to pick up good yardage, and he's going to get inside the 35 down to the 34, about a 9-yard gain. And it looked like Kane might have been shaken up on that play. So that does stop the clock with 4:57 to go as the Bronco training crew comes out and they look at their star running back. So looking at that Diablo Foothill League, Las Lomas at 4-1. Campo Lindo and Acalanes both undefeated. Campo 4-0. The Dons 5-0. And then behind Las Lomas there, Miramani at 3-2 and Clayton Valley Charter at 2-3. Over the Diablo Valley League, Alhambra 2-2. Benicia 2-3. Northgate at 2-3. College Park at 1-4. Torlington still on the ground there, and boy, this is a big blow, and he looked like he is going to be helped off. Looks like he's favoring his left leg. It might be an ankle situation, and that is not good news for the Broncos. They do not have their star running back, it looks like, at least for the next play, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to come back. Trying to work it out right there, but boy, that is a big blow to the Bronco chances here late in this game. Max looking with time, throws to the end zone. He's got a man wide open at the 10-yard line. It's caught. First down, Northgate. Bryce Ballard making the catch. Able to get out of bounds. He's going to move the chains. The clock is stopped at 4:44 to go. Handoff, and this one's going nowhere as they got the ball to number 4, Colton Molinelli, on his first carry of the night, and Colton is stopped pretty much gobbled up right as he got to the line of scrimmage. Like it's going to be second down. Clock starts rolling again, 4:20 to go, and counting. Max fakes the handoff, rolling left, being chased. Now he throws. He's got a man. It's going to be inside the 5, inside the 2, and he's going to be down at the 1-yard line. And it looked like it's Ryan Samander again who's making a lot of catches here tonight. This is going to bring up first down and goal for Northgate. And they still have got to hurry up and just get this one in the end zone to give them enough time to play defense. So here comes Northgate. And they caught in the backfield, fighting for more yards, but unable to get in is Michael Anna. And every time the Northgate Broncos fail to score a touchdown here, that is just going to take more time off the clock. Clock running is going to be stopped now, 3:32 to go. And it looked like the Broncos used that timeout. They've got one left. That was a big defensive stand there for the Las Lomas Knights. Knights by 2 touchdowns, 3.5 to go in this Battle of the Creek. Take a look at the game log for these teams. Northgate, they won at Tam. They won against Campo Lindo. They beat Archie Williams. Well, they lost at Campo, 42-21 against the Cougars, but then beat Archie Williams. That's out in Marin County. A loss to Clayton Valley Charter, and then lost to Menlo last week. Fourth down, going for it, throwing, caught, touchdown! And the Broncos are still alive! They get the fourth down touchdown pass, and they have again cut it to a 1-score lead with 3:27 to go. So the all-important extra point here, coming with 3:27 to go. Snap, spot, kick by Dax is good. That one just did hop over the crossbar. And with 3:27 to go in this fourth quarter, it's a one-possession game, 42-35, Las Lomas. Here's that replay. They fake the handoff and then throw it. And they get the touchdown catch. Trying to see who that was on that grab. Still unable to see a number there. But in any event, it turns into a 7 points. Now they don't have to onside kick here. Let's see if they're going to anyway. Aiden Heaney to kick here. Looks like he wants to onside kick this. I'm a little surprised about that, but here we go. And this one is going to roll out of bounds, and that is going to be a penalty against the kicking team. Now, I was a little bit surprised because of the 3:27 to go and the one timeout, but I'm sure over on the sideline there, Ben Ballard, the head man for the Broncos, is thinking, you know, we haven't really stopped them all night. I'm not confident that we can stop them here. So that's why we're going for the onside kick. But they did score quickly enough to allow them to play defense. But they would be in a position, especially with only one timeout, they really can ill afford to give up even one first down. Maybe one, with a chance to get the ball back and time to run a few plays, but that's it. They need to get a stop, and they need to get it quickly. You know who's getting the ball here. The whole stadium knows who's getting the ball here. Sekulich caught in the backfield, down he goes. Instead, they burn that timeout right away. They won't burn it. They'll let the clock run here. And of course, the Knights, as we take a look at their replay, caught in the backfield here. And again, on that tackle, number 17, Liam Fruchnick. Now, you know, the Bronco defense has not had a good night, but Fruchnick has had a good night, making plenty of tackles and a stop for a loss there. So the Broncos have given up 42 already tonight. They gave up 50 against Menlo in their last ball game, and they were really stunned as they faced a quarterback that turned out to be really, really good. And now another pre-snap penalty here. And the Broncos better hope it's not against them. It's going to be a delay of game against the Knights. So that does stop the clock and it'll move them back 5 yards. So the Knights trying to burn every second off that play clock, and they burned one too many. So in that Menlo game, they were a little bit stunned. They just saw some excellent passes, fade passes, back shoulder throws, and it was Jack Freehill of Menlo who was just fantastic. Here's the pass, and it's going to be caught. Tackle is going to be made well short of a first down, and that is going to bring up third down and long. Do they burn the timeout? Clock's just run. It stopped at 2:27 to go. As we're going to get third down and long here, as the Broncos want to talk it over. There's that throw, and upcoming to make the tackle here and make it really quickly. A good, sure tackle right there coming for the Broncos. And that was, looks like number 34. I don't see a 34 on my roster. Was that 32, Ryan Gentile? Might have been, but in any event, it's a very fine tackle to bring up the third down and long. Clock stopped now at 2:33 to go. No more timeouts for Northgate. So the Menlo Knight quarterback, Jack Freehill, we really saw, did the Broncos, how good he is. That young man's got 15 touchdown passes this year. So they saw a good Knights offense last week, or in their last game, and they're seeing a good Knights offense here today. Third down and long, and jailbreak to the quarterback, but we're going to have a penalty. Whistle's blowing this play dead. And it's going to be a false start, so the Knights going to move 5 yards back again. So with the play clock, they are going to be, the Knights that is, they are going to be able to run this, even if they don't get the first down, they will be able to run the clock under 2 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. I mean, it's third down and 18. You got to figure they're not going to pass. They're going to run the ball, make sure they keep the clock moving. And they are going to get out across midfield. That stopped well short of a first down, but they're going to let the clock run here. On that third and long play, they didn't want to throw the ball. They didn't want to risk the incomplete pass. So Doug Longero playing percentages there, and he'll let them just run this down as much as possible here. It'll go under 2 minutes. They've got one timeout left. Get it down to about 2 seconds or 1 second on the play clock, call timeout, and then punt the football. Here comes the punt team for Las Lomas. Clock continues to run. It's going to run under 1:50 here. 1:49 and counting. And there is that timeout with 1:40 to go. So Coach Longero has it run down as far as he can. And there's Coach Doug there talking things over, which has become a very critical situation here. Now, the good news for the Broncos, you still have a chance to run some plays. After a kick return, you got to figure they'll have probably a little more than 1.5 minutes to go. And with Max Cantrell, they've been able to throw the ball with quite a bit of success here tonight. You know, the Broncos have thrown the ball more often than the Knights this year, but both teams pretty run reliant. And both teams able to move the ball through the air quite a bit. Here comes the punt block attempt here for the Broncos. They won't get there. The ball is away. It is going to be taken at the 20-yard line, 25, and out to the 30-yard line. Stop there. And the clock will stop on the change of possession with 1:29 to go. So Northgate will start at the 35-yard line with 1:29 to go. Cantrell throws, got a man on the outside. They're going to pick up some good yardage. Short of a first down. Now they got to get back to the line and go quickly here. The clock continues to run. 1:17 to go. The last catch made by Najee Akulzi, number 12. And now they have stopped the clock here. They're trying to get this ball set, and then the clock should start running again. Nobody has any timeouts here, and the clock has not moved. Even though they didn't get a first down, now they start running it. That was a little strange. Bit of a slow clock right there. It helps out Cantrell and the Broncos. It's got his complete Santander. He's going to get to the 40-yard line, tackled there as we go under a minute to go. Sure tackle, quick tackle, and that looked like that was number 9, Zachary Wood, to make that play. 52, 51 seconds. Cantrell back, throws. Got a man over the middle looking for some running room, trying to turn it upfield, turns the corner and picks up some pretty good yardage. Not able to get inside the 40, down to about the 41-yard line, 41 seconds as they move the chains. As soon as the chains are set, the clock will start running again. It is running, down to 35 seconds to go. Max back, throws over the middle, got a man, and another quick tackle is made by the Knights. This one is Davis Cool, number 3, to make the play. 23 seconds to go. Max barking out the signal, and he'll just ground this one. He just spikes that one to, he'll burn it down and save the time. 18 seconds to go now. Don't mind burning the down there. Chances are with 18 seconds, he only got about 3 plays anyway. From the night, 36. Max back, looking, plenty of time, throws for the sideline. Gordon has got it, and he's going to get out of bounds to stop the clock. Smart play by Dax Gordon. He looked like he wanted to go upfield, decided, no, I'm going to go out of bounds and stop the clock with 10 seconds. That play took 8 seconds. Brings up third down here. Max back, plenty of time. Looking, throws, corner of the end zone. It's almost caught out of the hands of the intended receiver. Yeah, trying to get a number on that one. Was that Molinelli? That might have been. Unable to make the catch there near the corner of the end zone. 3 seconds to go. This will be the last play of the game. Unless they score a touchdown, which they'll be able to kick the extra point. Cantrell, low snap, picks it up. Time has expired, throws for the end zone! And this is going to be out of the end zone, and the ball game is over, and the Los Lomas Knights have won the 2025 Battle of the Creek by a final score of 42-35. What a great football game here tonight. A wild ball game, high scoring. Offenses moving the ball up and down the field and really out of character, especially for Los Lomas, how much they threw the ball tonight. They had a 3-touchdown lead at one point. A couple of different times they led by 2 scores, but just at the very end had to fend off the charging Broncos, as the Broncos able to cut it to a 1-score game, able to get the ball back with just under a minute and a half to go, but they drive down the field, but they come up just short, and Los Lomas has won it by a final score of 42-35. The Broncos now move to 5-1 overall. The Knights move to 5-1 overall. The Broncos fall to 2-4. Upcoming now for the Broncos, they'll be at Benicia next week. For Los Lomas, they will face Clayton Valley Charter in their next ball game. So that'll do it, a 42-35 final score, and a great game for all of us here at Walnut Creek TV. I'm Anthony Schultz saying good night from Los Lomas.